My dear students, I am taking sixth part of second chapter, ninth class science. That is properties of colloid and suspension. I am taking colloid and suspension both, the definition of both and the properties of both. Now I am taking one by one. First, colloid. Definition: colloid is a heterogeneous mixture in which particle size is too small to be seen with the naked eyes. My dear student, colloid is a heterogeneous mixture in which particle size is too small to be seen with the naked eyes. In colloid, the particles are very small, which cannot be seen with the naked eyes. So this is the definition of the colloid. Because colloid, you will see, colloid will colloid is like a homogeneous solution. One thing I want to tell you, you will see the colloid will be seems like the homogeneous solution, but it is a colloid. Example of this is milk. Milk is a colloid. See here, properties of colloid. See the properties. First, a colloid is a heterogeneous mixture, as I have told you above. The size of the particle is too small to be seen with the naked eyes. My dear students, I have already explained about the size of the particle is very small. You cannot see with the naked eyes. The beam of light can be seen through the colloid. If you see the light through colloid can pass, yes, light can pass through the colloid. You can see the beam of light. Fourth property, the particle of colloid do not settle down when left undisturbed. My dear students, if you left the colloid solution or colloid mixture, after some time you will see the particle do not settle down. This is the fourth property of this colloid. And my dear student, fifth property, colloid are quite stable. This is the fifth property of colloid. Colloid are quite stable. So this is the definition of colloid, and these are the 5 properties of colloid. Now I am taking suspension. Second, suspension. Suspension. Definition. A suspension. A suspension is a heterogeneous 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 mixture in which solid particle does not solid particles do not dissolve, but remains suspended. Remains suspended is called suspension. My dear student, example, sand plus water. This is an example of suspension. Now properties of suspension. Now I am taking all the properties one by one. First, the suspension is a heterogeneous mixture. Heterogeneous mixture. Second, the particles of suspension of a suspension can be seen with naked eyes. Can be seen with naked eyes. Third, the beam of light can pass or can be seen through suspension. Through suspension. Now, fourth property. Fourth property. The particles of suspension settle down. The particle of suspension settle down when it is left undisturbed. Undisturbed. This is the fourth property, my dear students. If you see in suspension, if suspension is left for some times undisturbed, all the particle will be settled on the bottom, and these particles can be seen with the naked eye. If the take the example of sand plus water, mix the sand with water very homogeneously and left this mixture for some time, you will see the total sand will be settled on the bottom of a beaker. So the particle is in fourth property, the particle of suspension can be settled down if it is left undisturbed. So my dear students, fifth property, the suspension is not stable. The suspension is not stable. So these are the 5 properties of suspension. And you have seen definition of colloid and 5 properties of colloid, and definition of suspension and 5 properties of this suspension. And every properties and each definition I have explained with examples. I think, my dear student, the concept of suspension and colloid is clear to you. And in the last, my dear students, I want to make a request to you. Please subscribe the channel. I shall be very thankful to you.